That might be the best sandwich. I want to talk about Wes Anderson movies for a second here. But Blue Eyes White Dragon all the way. I'm gonna sit here and review every Wes Anderson movie that I've seen. Hold on, let me go. IMDb, Wes Anderson. We're gonna go deep. I'm gonna go one by one here, baby. Okay. Wow, this fucking dog is burping behind me. All right, number one. Bottle Rocket. I genuinely love this movie. I wouldn't say it's his best, but I tend to come back to this movie a lot. I think it's insane. It's weird. The dialogue is very strange. The directing is really weird. It's the most non-Wes Anderson movie ever, and it kind of like is a movie where it feels you could feel all the paths he could have taken in his career, but when you go back to it, you see what path he took, because there's definitely the elements there. You're like, oh shit, the scene where they rob the bank, that's Wes Anderson. That's where like you see him come to his own with this movie. Very funny movie. It's not like laugh out loud funny, but like when you think about what's happening, it's very funny. The scene where Owen Wilson shows up in that jumpsuit just like doing donuts on a bike still makes me laugh. But I don't know. I would understand if someone didn't like this movie. It's very weird. But if you're an art hoe like me, this movie will blow you away. Cool movie. I don't want to be here forever, so I'm gonna go fast. Okay. I'm definitely gonna lose like half the fucking audience right now as I do this, but it's gotta be done. Alright, number two, Rushmore. It's his best movie, and it's like it's hard to I feel sad saying that his second movie ever is his best movie, but it really is. It has like those Wes Anderson elements are starting to formulate, and you get like a big dose of it here, but it isn't overpowering. It's like heart-wrenching, it's funny, it's like weird. Fucking the most bomb soundtrack you've ever heard. Jason Schwartzman's fucking amazing in it. Bill Murray's fucking great in it. Like, it's just a great movie. I don't know what to say. Like, I just genuinely love this movie. And it's hard to, like, go bit by bit. I think I also feel, like, a strong connection to it because it's about, like, a kid who sucks at school trying to live his life as, doing what he loves. But I also love that Wes Anderson does the spin on it, because, like, at the end of the day, like, Max Fisher isn't, like, a good guy. Like, he's kind of a shithead. But you love him because you want to see him succeed. And at the end of the day, like, the arc of the movie really happens to Bill Murray. He goes through it. But Rushmore, if you haven't seen it, I would suggest watching Rushmore. One of my favorite movies. Probably one of my favorite movies of all time. Oh yeah, his new movie looks fucking wild. I really hope that comes out at some point. Okay. Next picture. I'm getting the most tiny fucking images from IMDb, so it's really funny. All right, the Royal Tenenbaums. I gotta think about this one. This could have been his best movie. but I think it fumbles a little bit. I think it's his most ambitious at the time. No, he goes more ambitious later, but at the time this was very ambitious. Huge cast, small idea, but he still like knocks it out of the park. This is a phenomenal movie. I just think it's not as like succinct as Rushmore. Rushmore like nails everything. This like has really like beautiful scenes, beautiful moments, beautiful characters, but there's some, you know, there's some like muddled moments. But that being said, all I'll say, needle in the hay scene, top 10 scenes in a movie. Owen Wilson is probably steals the show in this movie. Trying to think what else. Gene Hackman's good. All really good. What are you guys saying? It is uneven. Yeah, it is, but I would still say like it's still phenomenal. I would say it's probably his second best movie. Is the Royal Tenenbaums. Yeah, the needle and hay scene, that's like, I remember seeing that and being like, I want to make movies. Like that scene like fucking blew me away. Yeah. Definitely a good, like if you are like on the fence about Wes Anderson, like I would say it's a good place to start, but I would say Rushmore, like you don't get better than Rushmore. So, enough of that. I feel like this bit is outweighing or overstaying its welcome, so thankfully he doesn't have a lot of movies. Alright, now we're gonna piss some people off here. Hold on, I'm trying to get it. I decided to get a bigger image. This is where the fighting begins. Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. I gotta formulate my thoughts. Heartfelt movie. Really like what this movie wants to say. Gets very muddled. Somewhere. I feel like scenes just kind of happen. And this is where he's like the start of like him becoming a parody of himself. This is the beginning of like maybe back off a little bit, but that being said, not a bad movie. I wouldn't say it's a bad movie. I could understand why a person would dislike it. I personally enjoy it, but weird choices, a little too long. Fucking bomb soundtrack, Mark Mothersbaugh soundtrack, fucking awesome. You know, all that French music, French David Bowie covers are really good. What are you guys saying? I didn't say it was a bad movie, I just don't think it's his best. I think a lot of people love the aesthetic of this movie, and this movie has fucking phenomenal aesthetics. I will say that. 10 out of 10 aesthetics. The vibe is great. I just think the story is a little muddled. I think there's a great like father-son story, but then there's a weird love story, and then there's like a story of like Captain Ahab kind of Moby Dick story. I just so much, and it just gets muddled. Willem Dafoe is fucking amazing in this movie though. Yeah, no, I'm saying the fucking vibe is amazing. Yeah. Yeah, the pirate scene, that comes like out of the fucking nowhere, and it kind of, I mean, the music when they fucking go to that island, that's the best shit I've ever heard in my life. Like weird synth music. Yeah, I don't think he went full weird. I don't think he went full West like parody of himself, but this is definitely a start. And I really think like Rushmore, Royal Tenenbaums, Life Aquatic. Those are like the three that I think everyone loves, and I agree with that. But I feel like I would put Bottle Rocket above this. If I was gonna give my top three, it would be like Rushmore, Royal Tenenbaums, Bottle Rocket. Okay. Let's keep going. Next film. I know you guys love to hear my my feelings on every Wes Anderson movie. Okay. I'm gonna skip. Is it okay if I skip the his American Express commercial, even though top tier shit? Like I think that fucking American Express ad is the best thing he's done in a long time. I remember people saying that movie was better than this movie. Or saying that short was better than this movie. But we're gonna get even more controversial here. I'm gonna blow y'all's fucking minds right here. Darjeeling Limited. Okay. This movie is a fucking mess. But I fucking love it. I fucking love this movie. But it's not, it's like probably one of his worst movies, but I fucking love it. I can't tell you why. I think 3 people wrote it, and you can fucking tell 3 people wrote it because it becomes like 3 different movies. I don't know, it just like hits me in a weird place where it just resonates with me. Johnny, we all agree? Thank you, okay. I'm glad we're all... Darjeeling Limited. I'm sorry. Darjeeling Limited. I always say Darjeeling Limited since I was a kid, but I know it's Darjeeling Limited. But I think what makes this movie really fantastic to me is Owen Wilson was really going through it. I think he tried to kill himself right after or before, and it's like really in this movie. There's like I think the stuff where he rode his motorcycle into a brick wall that happens in this movie really happened, and I think that shit like fucking resonates. Jason Schwartzman is phenomenal. Adrian Brody phenomenal. I love the set, but I see the movie's flaws. A little too long. Written by Wes Anderson, fucking Jason Schwartzman, and I think one of the Coppolas. So it kind of is fucking all over the place, but I still love this movie. Oh, I'm trying to look at the cast. Yeah, it's written by Wes Anderson, Roman Coppola, and Jason Schwartzman, and you fucking can tell that 3 people fucking wrote this movie. Because it goes in 3 different directions. But I think that adds to it, because it's about like these 3 people kind of not jiving. So, I don't know. I think we all agree. Yeah, I've listened to Wes Anderson talk about this movie, and he's very much like, he like fell in love with India, and he was kind of like, I need to show it in a film. So part of me, like, you can feel that like this movie is kind of just giving you a vibe. He might not have had like a story to tell really, but I still think what is hobbled together is very strange, and I like it. Okay, whatever. Let's move on. Steve Coogan got him into heroin? Damn, I didn't know that. Are we getting towards the end here? Sorry, hold on 1 second. Picture I got is gigantic. This one's gonna be short because I don't have much to say. It's a kids movie. I love this movie. It's good. It's a good movie. Good, wholesome, fun kids movie with a weird Wes Anderson spin on it. I would love if I ever have a kid, if I ever have a kid, they're gonna watch this shit all day, every day. Yeah, it's great. If you wanna watch a kids movie that Wes Anderson made, check it out. I could understand if someone would dislike that movie, but I really like it. Okay. Alright. Let's get fucking weird. Let's get fucking weird. Time to start a riot. I don't know why this poster's so fucking long. Look how long this poster is. Hello. Moonrise Kingdom. This is a movie. When I first saw it in theaters, I was confused, but I didn't hate it. I really loved it, but I was kind of like, I had a thought like, how many more movies can this fool make? Because I'm starting to hit this wall of like, these movies feel like a parody of a Wes Anderson movie. And this is like, it started with Zissou, with Life Aquatic, and then it fucking pipe bombed with this movie. But I enjoyed it. I bought it on Blu-ray, and I was like, I like this movie. Never thought about it. Popped the Blu-ray in a couple years ago, rewatched it. It's bad. Every time I've watched it since, I've been like, this movie's not good. One, a little too gazy, a little weird. There's some weird moments with like children making out, and I'm not here for it. When I first saw it in theaters, like, oh, it's whimsical. Like, I remember being a kid and like touching my first boob, and then you watch it again, you're like, bro, Wes Anderson, don't put this in your movie. Two, I don't know. I was like, the weird fucking stop motion shit. It's bad. It just feels like it felt like someone was like, put a gun to his head, said, make a fucking movie, Wes Anderson. And he was like, okay, I'll just do all the twee shit that people like, fuck. That's what this movie feels like. That's my review. It feels like someone put a gun to Wes Anderson's head and he was forced to make a movie. So, next movie. All his posters are so long. Like a giant long ass poster. I don't know why I'm streaming still. It's late as fuck. Alright, Grand Budapest. Budapest. Let me think. I like this movie. I also, it definitely suffers from what I said with Moonrise Kingdom, where it's like a parody of a Wes Anderson movie. But I think he went so hard into the parody of himself that he flipped the dial into being like almost like early 40s cinema, kind of like it feels like an old film, and I appreciate that. I like this movie. I like this movie a lot. I don't think it's his best, because the bar is pretty high. but I think this was a good breath of fresh air for like for me. Seeing this movie, I was kind of like, oh, cool. We got like this is a cool movie from Wes Anderson. I thought he ran out of ideas, and then we got this fucking cool like romp. Someone in the chat says he perfected popcorn art house. I agree with you 100%. That is what this is. And then he almost he did win an Oscar, almost won an Oscar. I know it got nominated. All right, next movie. Sorry, I'm trying to get a poster. It's so hard to get fucking posters of these movies. Look how tiny this fucking poster is. So tiny. Alright, Isle of Dogs. Let me think. I know there was some, controversy about this movie because it's about Asian people, but there's not a single Asian person in the movie except like Yoko Ono. But I really like this movie. I don't know if everyone agrees with me on that. I feel similarly about this movie the way like to Grand Budapest. Like it's not what I would want from him, but I was like pleasantly surprised. And if he wanted to do animated movies for the rest of his life, I wouldn't mind if they were on par with this. Is Ken Watanabe in there? Well, I didn't know. There's a big Japanese cast? I mean, I'm ill-informed. I just remember there being some controversy. I don't know the controversy. But regardless, I like this movie a lot. I think I liked it more than Grand Budapest. It was a white gaze movie. I can see that. I agree with that. Do Paul Thomas Anderson movies next? I haven't seen all of his movies, but they're all 10 out of 10. I love all his movies. But yeah, I don't want to like end this review like a fucking wet fart. Yeah, no, I like this movie a lot. I really enjoyed this movie. I felt bad because there was controversy when I saw it. I mean, I didn't really look too much into the controversy, but I felt bad in really enjoying this movie because there was some problematic stuff. But I really liked it. I'm trying to think. Like I only saw it once though, so it's hard for me. Like I feel like as we've gotten up the list, there's movies I've only seen once or twice, and this I've literally only seen once. I've seen Grand Budapest twice, and I've seen Moonrise Kingdom like 3 times. This I've only seen once, and the one time I saw it in the theater, really liked it. There we go. We did it. I don't know if anyone out there wanted my full opinion on every Wes Anderson movie, but you got it.